Hey everybody, welcome back to the van. In today's video I want to talk about, is it better for you to build your own van or to buy a van that's already built? Well, this doesn't just go for vans, this goes for buses, ambulances, this goes for tiny homes, this goes for everything. Any alternate living, even a house, is it better for you to build it yourself or is it better to buy it already built? Well, that's a huge question, and a lot of people don't think it through before they get involved. So let's go through some benefits on both sides. If you buy a vehicle that's already built, it's all ready to go. So if you buy an SUV that's converted, if you buy a van, an ambulance, a bus, and somebody's already converted it, and they've done it so that everything's working and you're ready to go, that's great. Hop in it, throw your stuff in it, take off, and hey, great, wonderful. But here's some of the drawbacks to it. First one is obviously money. Here's an example. And this is one of the things that brought up this video. Saw an ad the other day for a van very similar to mine, actually older than mine. And the person was selling it for $150,000. Now, I'm not talking about a professional build from a big company. I'm talking about a person who built it themselves. Now, did it look nice? Yeah, it looked pretty good. Pictures can lie, but it looked pretty good in the pictures. So I just did some work. Buying a new van. Right now, if I went out and buy a van, they're actually quite high in price, but $60,000 for a newer van. Well, $60,000 from $150,000, that leaves me a lot of money to build my own van if I'm going to do it myself. Or, on the other hand, you're paying somebody a lot of money to do the building for you. Now, if you're not qualified to build, if you cannot put wood together, if you cannot put wires together, plumbing together, if you can't figure out stuff like that, have somebody build it for you. If you're good at building cabinets, but you're not good at electrical, maybe just hire somebody to do the electrical for you. If you're good at doing electrical but not cabinets, maybe hire somebody to build the cabinets for you. Or if you just don't want to take the time, if you're too busy, if you just don't have the interest in building it, then pay somebody. But understand, you're paying a lot of good money to have somebody else do it for you. Locally, there's actually two van builders locally. One guy has a big operation and a lot of people working for him. And the other person is a 1 or 2 person operation that does some building, and they have a smaller area that they build in. Both of them charge a lot of money. Both of them do custom work. Both of them do a pretty good product. But both of them are charging a fortune. They are both backed up on orders because people don't want to do the building. There's nothing wrong with that. But understand, you're putting a lot of money into something that you're probably not going to get back out of it. An example, one of the builders locally sold a vehicle to somebody, would have been a year and a half ago. And they sold this vehicle. I know what the person paid for it because I actually recommended the builder to them. They bought the vehicle, they used it for 3 months, and they put it up for sale. They put it up for sale for just a little bit less than what they paid for it. And by a little bit less, I mean about 15 grand less than what they paid for it. They only used it for a few months. They were taking a big loss. They got 0 calls on the vehicle at 15 grand less. They dropped it $50,000 below what they paid for it. They only used it for a couple months. They took a huge loss at that price. They had a couple calls. They ended up putting it up for the $50,000 less or best offer. They had some insanely low offers on it, and then they had a couple that were pretty close and one that they finally accepted. They lost not quite half of what they paid for it because they found out that living in a van was not suitable for them. Now, understand, it's a beautiful van. It's a wonderful van, but it's hard to get out what you put into a van because you're paid somebody else to do all the work for you. But building for yourself, that's even more of a problem. Why? Because you need to know how to do all this stuff. And a lot of people don't have the skills or the places to do the building. So it's going to take you a lot of time. It's going to take you a lot of reading, a lot of educating yourself, buying tools, buying stuff to be able to do it for you. But hopefully when you're done, you're not paid out that huge amount of money to have somebody else build it for you. So if you do need to sell it, you're not going to lose near as much money either. Big benefit of building it yourself is you know how it's built. I can tell you where the wires are in my vehicle. I can tell you what switches do what. I can tell you where the wires for those switches are, the batteries. I know everything because I built this vehicle from scratch. So if I'm on the road and something doesn't work, it's a lot easier for me to fix it because I know where everything is. If you buy one already built, hopefully everything's done properly. Hopefully you can figure out where everything is, or they give you schematics and stuff, but it can be a little bit harder to fix on the road. So if you're looking at getting a van, consider the benefits of both. Honestly, it may be worth it for $80,000 to pay somebody to do a complete build on your van. On the other hand, if you don't have the money, maybe it's just better to buy your van, throw a mattress in the back of it, a porta potty in the corner, a couple Rubbermaid bins, and hit the road and build it as you can. So until next time, have a great day. Get out there and enjoy the beautiful outdoors, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye now.